Welcome to the We Are More podcast. My name is Alyssa.
And my name's Bree. We're two sisters passionate about all things faith and feminism.
We believe that Jesus trusted, respected, and encouraged women to teach and preach his word. And apparently that's controversial.
Get comfy.
Happy post-Thanksgiving world.
Who else is feeling fat and tired?
Oh, me.
I am exhausted.
So, I could fall over and die.
I was thinking about making another Thanksgiving dinner today because I was like, oh, I still want turkey. But I'm just so dog tired. I can't even move. I can barely blink.
Well, we don't end up with the leftovers because we go over to our aunt and uncle's house and they're always like, oh, take it home. But of course we never do.
Even if I did take it home, it's not like I would eat it. It would just sit in the fridge and rot.
That's exactly why we never take anything home. I think this is a millennial thing also. People are like, oh no, take this home. It'll be lunch tomorrow. It'll be whatever.
It won't.
Now, other millennials, you can chime in. But for me, it will sit and rot in my fridge. I will never, ever remember that it exists.
There are certain things like leftovers that I am a fan of.
There's some things I'll go back to, but people are always trying to get me to take home my parents. Our parents. We share parents. Are always trying to get us to take home pizza. Like if there's leftover pizza, it'll be like, oh, take this home. We're supposed to go over for pizza tomorrow. Guaranteed. We'll be asked to take it home. And it's like, this will never get eaten. Not ever. I'll get annoyed with it at some point and I will throw it in the garbage.
It'll take up too much space in the fridge. I just am not motivated for it.
And I recognize that this is wasteful, but I just don't have time for it.
I'm a waster devil. What can I say?
It is what it is. Anyway. So I hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving, even if it was tiring.
I hope you spent today sleeping and being lazy. I guess this is the second day of being lazy.
Yeah.
Hey, did anyone Black Friday shop?
Yeah. Oh,
we made a couple of mistakes. I hit a curb.
She did. It literally has not snowed in Michigan. At least where we are, I don't think at all.
It snowed, but it hasn't really stuck.
And then we had shopped a little bit. We stopped for breakfast. We're sitting there eating breakfast, and the heavens opened, and all the snow God could make for the day just like poured right on down.
And I couldn't see that curb, so leave me alone.
We drove past it again later. And you could see the tire marks.
What was bad was we were all driving past and we're like, oh, someone else did that too, look. And we're like, oh no, that was you.
But it's a great story to tell.
Yeah. Oh, what a memory we made.
We were the crazy people. So we have always gone Black Friday shopping. If you've listened to our last couple episodes, we mentioned it. But we are absolutely the crazy people that will get up. We woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Gathered all of our other humans that were coming with us and piled into the freezing cold car and then got out and waited outside in line in like 25-degree weather.
Outside in front of a JCPenney because they were giving away free snow globes. And nostalgia just made us do it.
It took over.
They haven't given away the free snow globes in years. And so now we were like, yes, we're doing it. No questions asked.
Did you know also some of the husbands and random people thought they were full-size snow globes? They didn't realize they were like, oh, well, they're waiting in line for a full-sized Christmas decoration.
Oh, no. They're the size of a golf ball.
They're like 2 inches tall.
They're very small.
They're quite small.
But I was expecting that.
Well, we were. But the people who were like, well, this is unreasonable, but at least they're getting a free snow globe. It's unreasonable. It's unreasonable. And yet, we'll do it again next year.
I would happily do it again.
We're standing there, we're all huddling because it's now starting to snow. We're outside in line. And we looked at the cousin that made us show up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We're like, what did you do? And she was like, you guys are going to be happy when you have your free snow globes.
I think they were also handing out coupons.
Yeah, we got coupons.
But I mean, we weren't there for that.
No.
I could give two poops about a $10 coupon, but a free snow globe, I'm there.
But it could have been a $500 coupon, Brie.
It could have been.
Could have been.
I really wouldn't have cared then either.
You would have totally cared if it was $500.
It's a JCPenney. What am I going to find in a JCPenney?
I don't know. They have appliances, I think. You could get a fridge for your room.
a not very good one for $500.
No, but I don't know. There was another moment also. Okay, does stuff just, your brain just goes blank and something takes over with you guys? Because it happens to me a lot.
I'm sorry for what you're about to hear.
So we walked out of the one store and we were waiting for a couple of other people, and there was a Five Below right near where we were. And you know, I mean, what deals is Five Below gonna have on Black Friday? Are they taking $1 off? I don't care at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked it up because we had seen somebody waiting in line to get in, and we were waiting. What else we were gonna do? Sit in the warm car drinking our coffee? That's absurd.
So Alyssa looked up the ad, and it said, fill a bag for $20.
We thought it was the whole store.
The whole store. I was like, heck yeah, let's go.
I literally would have filled it fully with the bulk candy. I realized that would be a stupid use of it, but that's what I would want in life.
That would have been okay.
I would have been all right with that. So we walk in, and they're handing out the bags, and our cousin asked, she was like, so we can just pick anything? And the girl goes, no, it's just the Squishmallows. If you are parents out there, is your house just full of Squishmallows?
Not even like a full-size Squishmallow. We're talking about like the small Squishmallows.
Yeah, I would say they're maybe like 6 inches tall.
The size of a coconut.
Yeah. Well, that's wildly specific.
That's exactly what the size of them are. Don't ever question me again.
So sorry.
Everybody listening to us was like, coconut. Got it.
Sure, because we all have coconuts sitting around. Anyway. So logically, my house is full of Squishmallows, okay? But my children have 45. My son's bed is so full of them that I don't know where he sleeps.
On top of them.
Yeah. He doesn't even need a mattress at this point.
We just put a sheet over top of them and it's fine.
But something took over my brain. My cousin, who we had just talked about, she has way too many of these in her house. Something took over her brain. Bree, who doesn't have children, was like, Squishmallow time.
I think more of it was just like, I don't want to miss out. So obviously, I'm always down for a good time. I'll spend $20 on anything. It doesn't matter what it is. So yeah, I'm going to buy $20 worth of Squishmallows.
So we each bought $20 worth of Squishmallows. And let me tell you, so they gave you a bag, and it wasn't that big of a bag. But you could, if you sat on it, you really cram some Squishmallows in there. And so we did. And my cousin's bag popped. And when I say popped, I mean all the air that we had squished out of the Squishmallows hit them again.
It was spectacular.
It was.
Squishmallows went flying.
You know, at Disney, when they have the fireworks at the end of the night, that's what happened. It was fireworks of Squishmallows.
And she had already bought 2 Squishmallows at the previous store and yelled at herself for that.
Yeah.
So now we walk out of the store, put them in my trunk. My trunk was mostly full now with 32 Squishmallows.
It was a great time.
Let's just take a minute and picture that in the back of my Subaru Forester.
I think we need to take a moment of silence for that.
32 Squishmallows.
Yeah. At least if we had gotten in an accident, maybe it would have cushioned the blow.
Purchased from a bunch of something-year-old women. Can you believe it?
At least we were getting them for children we know. I don't think you're keeping any of them that I know of.
Oh, yeah, I'm keeping them. All of them.
Oh.
They're mine. Actually, your daughter came in my room today, looked down, and she was like, are those Christmas presents? And I said, turn around and walk out.
She's been such a butt about Christmas presents. Because we're the worst at hiding them. And she finds them everywhere she goes. That's why we haven't bought that many of them yet. Speaking of Christmas.
I'm going to jump right back on topic.
We were never on topic.
Listen, this is coming out in December. In December, the entire month is Christmas. I don't know if anybody's noticed.
I think anyone who's walked into a Target has noticed.
Or a Hobby Lobby.
I haven't walked into a Hobby Lobby in quite some time.
I haven't either, but I think Christmas starts in April for them.
I think Christmas never ends.
Oh, like a Bronner's.
Yeah.
The biggest Christmas store in the entire world.
Is it the world or the country?
I think it's the world.
Is it?
Yeah, I saw a documentary on it.
There's a store near us. It's called Bronner's, and it is this massive 40 acres or something absurd store, and it's Christmas all year long.
Open like 363 days a year. Just Christmas.
Interestingly, closed on Christmas. You can't go there.
Nope. Speaking of Christmas. Does anybody not feel so joyful around this time of year?
You always say you feel melancholy around this time of year. Or is it Christmas Day specifically for you?
I think it's Christmas Day specifically. I love most of the events leading up to Christmas, but Christmas Day itself, I'm a little melancholy.
Yeah. Our family, so our big fat Greek wedding family.
The family.
This is the time of year where I would say from Halloween to New Year's is we see these people all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Time period. And so we'll have all these events. We'll all get together to go see a movie. And they're not always huge things.
Mm-mm.
Or we'll do a sleepover, or we'll do a girls' day, or, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got that, which is fun, super fun. But there's, it's the list of things you've got to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And then my daughter had her Christmas recitals. And so there's that. And then school has its Christmas parties that we got to buy the things for.
But on top of all of those things, and you want to have a good time, you're also doing work.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also just ticking things off your list until all of a sudden you blink and the year is gone.
Right.
And you're like, oh, ugh.
Yeah, it's like real life doesn't stop, even though it feels like it should.
It should.
It feels like all of December should be like, well, we just take this month off.
The world should know.
Obviously. And yet, throughout all of it, we decorate our houses with signs that say joy and peace and
goodwill towards men and women.
I don't think they have that sign. I haven't seen that sign yet.
I should make that sign.
You should. We can put that on an Etsy shop.
Goodwill towards women.
We've talked the last couple of weeks about peace and thankfulness, and we're going to do one last kind of topical one today on joy.
Not from Inside Out. Don't get confused. We're not talking about Amy Poehler.
We are not. Not today. Maybe someday.
Actually, we could go through her book. It's great.
We could, but I actually deeply hate that movie. It's very emotional, obviously, and I really don't enjoy it.
You don't enjoy it?
Stop it. So we wanted to talk today about what joy looks like for Christians, what joy looks like for women in this season, and I don't know, joy around Christmas time when you're supposed to have the most of it, but I feel like we almost have the least of it.
Joy around the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost like you're too busy to sit and just be like, I'm joyful. Truly joyful. Joyful doesn't mean happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like inner, like your spleen.
I feel like when I hear joy preached in churches, they say it's like peace that passes all understanding. It's not situational. It's not based on circumstances. It's this otherworldly thing that God gives you.
Contentment.
That's a great word.
For. Yeah. And the sense of meaning and purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like, especially when you have the new year coming up, you talk about New Year's resolutions and stuff. A lot of people, maybe that's why I get so melancholy, is like a whole year passed, and what do I have to show for it?
Right.
Nothing. When that's not true, obviously.
Yeah.
But you have this sense of dread.
Well, I think that really ties into what we talked about last week when we talked about thankfulness. And it really ties into joy in a big way, too. As people, at least in the United States, I don't know about, other countries and cultures, but where we are right now in time, the only thing that gets valued are your huge accomplishments.
Mm-hmm. The U.S. puts a big emphasis on progress,
right?
Staying busy, always moving ahead,
right?
And if you're not doing those things, if you're kind of just treading water,
mm-hmm.
even though you're staying above water,
mm-hmm.
it's not enough,
right? At the end of the year, you're evaluating your year and you say, did I get a huge promotion this year?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, maybe that didn't happen. Did I travel? Did I get married? Did I buy a new car? Did I
birth anything?
Yeah.
Anything, not humans, just anything
just
at all.
Whatever. I'm not even gonna. We're moving past. We're breezing by. I think that's how we evaluate our year, and how could you possibly have peace, thankfulness, or joy when that's how you measure what your life has been? If you can't look at the smaller moments and say, these were just as important.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why social media around this time of year is damaging to my mental health, because social media is just everybody's highlights.
Right.
It doesn't reflect everybody's like true day-to-day life. So as you're scrolling through, you're like, oh, this person got engaged. Oh, this person had a baby. Oh, this person got a promotion. Oh, look at their beautiful Christmas pictures. Look at, they got a dog and that dog looks nice. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And not so joyful.
Not really at all, actually.
No.
So we've both got some notes, but I have a couple of sections from the Bible that I wanted to talk about.
The Bible, because that's why we're here today, people. This is a Christian podcast. I want you to buckle up.
All right. Moving on again. So the first one is actually a verse that both Brie and I have in our notes, which we usually research and take notes separately and then kind of sit together and chat about them so that we don't completely blindside the other one.
Well, I mean, that happens though, too.
Well, usually we just say stupidness and that blindsides the other one.
No, I never say anything stupid.
Right. You're very serious.
I'm a very serious person.
Yes, the seriousness. So the verse that specifically in this section talks about joy is Psalm 35. So not 35, 30:5.
Chapter 30, verse 5.
Thank you. That was a much better way.
You're welcome.
And in the NLT, that says, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Now again, because it's really important to read more than just a single verse, and of course, we love to pull this verse, right? I've heard joy comes in the morning. It's in worship songs.
Joy comes in the morning.
Who sang that one?
I don't know, but I don't know anybody who's joyful in the morning other than like 2 people, and I think I'm scared of them.
Oh, my daughter is. She is awake and ready to live life in the morning.
I'll tell you what comes before joy. Caffeine. And then maybe you might get like a glimmer of joy.
Oh, from the caffeine or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Specifically from the caffeine. Not from life, not from anything else.
You might want to pray up and edit to the Bible real quick.
Lord, help me find some joy in anything other than caffeine.
So anyway, because it's important to read the rest of the section, I'm not going to read the whole chapter. It's not terribly long. I would encourage you to go read it. It's, again, Psalm 30. But it is a song. It says, the header says it's for the dedication of the temple. So we pull that out and we say, joy comes in the morning. Every new day you can be joyful. You can find something to be joyful about, right? And that gets, I feel like, as Christians, I don't know about you, but whenever I hear a sermon on joy, it gets kind of thrown at your face. Be joyful.
Be joyful.
For heaven's sake. Stop it.
And I get that to a point. You're saying you have this wonderful God,
right,
who laid down his life for you, and now you have the opportunity of heaven available to you. So you should have joy.
Yeah.
But day-to-day life sometimes is not joyful.
As the chapter goes on, that's what David says next. He says, "When I felt secure, I said, I will never be shaken. Lord, when you favored me, you made my royal mountains stand firm. But..."
Oh, not a booty. But with 1 T.
"When you hid your face, I was dismayed. To you, Lord, I called. To the Lord I cried for mercy. What is gained if I am silenced? If I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it proclaim your faithfulness?
Getting sassy. Dang.
Hear, Lord, and be merciful to me. Lord, be my help." So, just like Brie said, of course, as Christians, we have a reason to be joyful. We have Jesus. We have the Lord. We have a path to heaven. There's a solid reason that we can be joyful.
I think what it acknowledges here, which I really like, is it's okay to be melancholy. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to wallow in self-pity.
Well, you can see David is saying, when you were good to me, God, when all the blessings were heaped upon me, I was praising you, life was good, all of his songs of praise were going up to heaven, whatever. But the moment that all of those blessings in his mind stopped, even though there still were probably I mean, I'm assuming here, but there were probably still blessings, there were probably still good things going on. The moment that the blessings David wanted to happen stopped or paused or became something different. He was like, God, you hate me.
Which that is so human.
Yes.
And I love to see that reflected in the Bible. This is us.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little forgetful.
Yeah. Or we just see things very, very differently.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of the sections I want to talk about, one of the verses, God is speaking, and he says, I see things so much differently than you could possibly see them. So we're sitting looking at our to-do lists this time of year and saying, my gosh, what do I have to be joyful for? Maybe I don't have enough money to get Christmas presents for everyone that I want to.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone's health has taken a turn. Or, you know, we've had some health scares in my family recently, and that's been really, it's a difficult time of year to deal with that.
The reality that we're all getting out of here one way kind of hits especially this time of year.
Because some of us are going into this season without people that we had last Christmas. Or, you know, I remember when our grandpa passed away, and this was many years ago at this point, but I really distinctly remember going through our first Christmas without him. And then I really distinctly remember my grandma saying that going into the new year without him was especially difficult. So if that's something you're dealing with this year, even if it happened earlier in the year, for all of a sudden the world to be saying, joy to the world, all these things.
Sing it again.
No, thank you. But you could.
No.
Every time we try and be serious, it just doesn't function for us. But with the world trying to say, this is the time of year to be happy and joyful and it's wonderful. And yet for so many of us, it's not.
The world doesn't stop turning. Time keeps going. You can't stop it.
Tragedy happens when it wants to. And I think it's important, and it's also really validating to look at the Bible and see verses like this and be able to say, yeah, it would be great to be joyful all the time. That would be great.
Yeah. Well, you think like Christmas when you were a kid, right? Completely carefree. You didn't have to worry about paying for things.
Right.
You didn't have to worry about losing people, hopefully, when you were a kid. And you want it to stay that way. And when you get a little bit older and things start changing, you're like, why isn't Christmas as joyful as it used to be? But that's just part of life.
Right. It's really nice to know, because when you hear sermons on joy and it is smashed in your face that you should be joyful. You should be joyful. You should have all the joy in the world.
Yeah.
To know that even in the Bible, this is David saying this here, but God allowed this to be in the Bible to say, there are moments where I lose that joy.
Yeah.
There are moments where I have it, and there are moments where I lose it. And that's okay, and it'll come back.
I think that's maybe where joy comes into play, is hope. Hope that it will come back, like the tide. You know, it's always like night and day. It's always going to come back as long as you have that faith.
Right. And when you look at things as black and white, when you hear a sermon that says you must have this at all times, and then you lose it, and we've talked about this in other contexts before, when you give an absolute, and then that absolute falls apart, because of course it does, because we're people, and we're not perfect, then you lose all the hope. You feel like it's never coming back. I'm done for. I will never be joyful again.
Yeah.
And it's okay. We see here that it's okay to not be joyful for a minute. It hurts. God would prefer that we hold on to that joy, I think. He would prefer that instead of feeling melancholy and wallowing and whatever, that we do always say, but things will be okay because God's got us. But he made us who we are.
Yeah. And also, I think something that is on my heart right now that I want to say, if you're listening to this and you're like, I don't have anything to be sad about right now, I am joyful, that's okay too. I am so happy that you're joyful, but maybe this is an opportunity for you to spread that joy. Make space in your life to find moments where you can put joy on someone else. Buy someone's coffee or sit down with them and talk to them when they need you to.
Yeah, and as you're spreading that too,
Spread it.
Spread it.
Nope. I take that.
As you're sitting with people and trying to spread joy throughout this season, if you are just super blessed and having a good time right now, what I want to caution people on, because I just see this in Christianity a lot, is sitting with people and saying, well, here's what you need to do to fix your problems.
Yeah.
Here's how you could be more like me.
Here's my opportunity to fix you.
Yeah. So I would recommend not doing that. But yeah, like Bree said, just buying someone's coffee. Or if you have the means to, paying for someone's groceries. And this is stuff that you can do at any time. It doesn't have to be
specifically around the holidays.
Or there's a missionary that I follow, and she is absolutely always doing amazing things. So you could donate to someone like that, or sitting with someone in their pain. Not fixing it, but sitting with them in it.
I think there's a lot of power in just active listening. You don't have to think about what you're going to say next or how you're going to fix this for someone. Just listening to them. Let them vent a little bit and then pat them on the back and move on.
Wow. So there are a couple of other verses that I want to talk about too. Let's go to the one that I talked about where God is talking. So this is in Isaiah. And again, I'm reading from the NLT because that's what I decided to use today.
The Nolt.
The Nolt. That's the New Living Translation, in case you weren't aware.
In the New Living Translation, Isaiah chapter
55.
Verse
12.
Verse 12. Commence.
So verse 12 specifically says, "You will live in joy and peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song, and the trees of the field will clap their hands." I wanted you to sing the song.
Clap, 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 clap.
No, not. That's not a song.
And the trees of the hills will clap their hands. That one?
Yeah, that one.
You're welcome.
So, I was just looking up verses on joy, and I love this particular one, and we'll read through a little bit more of this section in a second, but I love this particular one because it makes you feel it a little bit more. It's not just like, and be joyful, you. It's, you will live in joy and peace. And what does that look like? What does joy and peace look like? And I don't necessarily think literally that the mountains and hills are going to burst into song. Maybe they will. I don't know.
I think they could.
I think specifically here, it's talking about post Jesus coming back, heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it.
You know that Disney short, I think it's before Moana, where the mountain
Yeah.
is looking for a lady.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
We just watched that the other day. What is that one called?
Well, I lava you.
Yeah. I think it's just called Lava, actually.
Probably, but I lava you. And peace and joy.
Wow. You can find that one on Disney Plus. Yeah, we just watched that not too long ago. But I like that it just sort of describes it for you. Imagine this wonderful, incredible setting. And I'm thinking, the opening scene, not any other scenes, but the opening scene from The Sound of Music. And
yes, I do.
She's
yes, I surely
on
do.
a mountaintop, and she is singing her heart out, and she's spinning her eyes. Beautiful day. There's grass. Whatever. Did you know they had to do that in one take?
Did you know that to get that scene, there was a guy hanging out of a helicopter with a camera?
Yeah, that's why they could that one take.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what it makes me think of is like this beautiful, perfect moment. Now, again, don't think of the rest of the movie. Just cut that out of your brain.
Get rid of the Nazis. Get rid of the, what else is in there?
The guy is kind of a jerk.
It is.
Get rid of the sexism. Get rid of the terrible parenting. The death. There's a lot going on.
Keep the music.
Keep just the first song though.
And the nuns.
The nuns aren't in that.
The movie?
Well, that particular moment.
Clean cut, move it on.
But that's what that evokes for me. That's the image that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
But remember that my understanding of this moment here is that we're not talking about right now.
Yeah.
And that hurts a little bit.
It's not right now, ladies and germs.
And I think because we like to pick out single verses, we want to say, well, God is telling us that the moment we become Christians, the moment we accept Jesus into our hearts, we're going to live in joy and peace.
I struggle with that because if you're in the, going to church and you're in the Christian world, you hear this a lot. When someone accepts Jesus into their life, there's a change in them. And maybe there is, I'm sure there is, obviously. But if you're like me and Alyssa, we've been Christian since we were fetuses.
Yeah, we were raised into this.
Yeah. So the strength of your faith comes in waves. And
I
sometimes
think that's for everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
I always actually struggled with that because people would have these really incredible testimony stories. Like, I was an alcoholic and I
was on drugs and I lost both my legs and my arms and my toes.
Wow. Well, if you lose your legs, I assume you also lose your toes.
Not necessarily. They kept the toes.
Oh, well, that's alarming in many ways. But we would hear these stories, and they were just these incredible, powerful stories of like, and I came to God when I was in my 20s or my 30s, and, I had this massive transformation in my life. And I always felt very left out.
Yeah.
When people would tell those stories, because I got saved when I was 4.
Yeah, me too. 4 or 5.
And, I mean, we were absolutely always in church. And yeah, so where does that change come in?
Which I'm happy about. I feel lucky.
Yes, for
that
sure.
That happened to us. But yeah, sometimes you feel like, where's the fire?
Yeah. I don't want to, for those of us that did grow up in church, and I'm sure many of the people listening can relate to that. For those of us that did, I don't want to be like, that was terrible. Our parents should have thrown us to the wolves. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. It's a very different experience because it does feel a little bit like that fire to find God and find what he wants for you can be a little dim by the time you get to adulthood and can actually do anything about it.
And sometimes I think as you get to adulthood, you've believed these things for so long. Like we've talked about deconstructing things a lot. Once you are old enough, you have to figure out why you believe what you believe, which I think is a big reason why we started this podcast.
It was for us, I think, as much as it was for anybody else. For us to pull apart our faith. I'm sure I've said this before on the podcast, and this is a little bit off topic, but we'll maybe circle back. Maybe.
It depends. We might forget. We're old. Period. Our memories are failing us, and so are our knees.
Our knees really are. Walking through the mall for 9 hours was a tough time.
Walking up the stairs today was
back on the off-topic topic. I think deconstruction, if you go on TikTok or any of the social medias and you look up the hashtag like deconstruction or deconstructing religion or something, a lot of what pops up is people doing what we're doing, pulling apart their faith and then walking away from it completely. And that's always a possibility. If you pull apart why you believe anything, there's a possibility that you're going to say, I don't resonate with this anymore. This doesn't make sense for me anymore. And so I had a fear walking into this that I was going to pull apart my faith and not have anything left. And I didn't want that. That's not what I wanted in my life. It's not what I want for my kids or my husband, because I truly, in my soul, believe all of this stuff. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God and the Bible, and I want that for my life. And I just really, like I said, I've said this before, but I really felt God telling me, you can ask questions. You can pull apart the whole Bible, and I will hold up. At the end of the day, God encourages us to ask questions.
There's a song called You Waited for Me. I love that. So taking the time to ask those questions and maybe even you step away for a while, but he's going to be there when you don't even have to turn around. He's going to be there.
So there's a Lauren Daigle song. It's called Rescue. I don't want to sound super smart because I had to look that up. But it says, there is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. And prior to that, it says, I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. And that's supposed to be God talking to you.
Love that. that song.
I do too. I really enjoy that one.
I listen to that sometimes in my car on the way to work, like, rescue me from this! And then I cry.
Work. And then you get to work, and then you still have to go in.
Yeah.
But what I really like about that is this idea that we're going to run away from God in our lives sometimes. It is just the reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
And I think some of us, those of us who are blessed enough to have really good, older, faithful people in our lives, we look at them and we're like, my gosh, you've never turned away from God. God is with you always. You never questioned your faith. You're like, perfect. And sometimes, because those people are from a different generation, they may think it's better for them not to tell you those stories. So you really may have never heard those stories. And I can definitely say that about some of the older, really strong Christians in my life. It just seems like they were born with a Bible in their hand, and they've never questioned their faith for 1 minute.
But just like social media, when you see everybody's highlights, you don't know everybody's story. Everybody has their own story. Even when you're driving down the road and you see all the people in traffic, everybody has their own story and they're the main character in it. And we forget that sometimes. Even the people that you think, my gosh, how do you even turn your head to breathe? They are living a big life of their own.
And everything that they're going through is as important to them as what you are going through is as important to you. And so I think what that song illustrates and what the verses in Psalms illustrate also is that you will walk away from God in your life, more than likely. Unless
and
you...
possibly more than once.
Probably more than once. Whether you walk away completely or whether you emotionally shut down, whatever that looks like. I mean, I've already done it.
I think you and I
15 times.
Both done it on multiple occasions. And maybe, like you said, we should redo our stories because that is on episode 1 and we struggled with microphones and I struggled to even figure out what my life has been about. But now we're a little bit more confident and old.
Yeah, we're a whole 9 months older.
It's like we've been in the womb.
Ah, yes.
Now we're birthed.
Right.
And now we're loud.
We are loud, but we've always been loud. That's not new. Anyway, even when you do step away, I think part of having peace, thankfulness, and joy in your life isn't having perfect faith all the time. It's not having even peace, thankfulness, and joy in your life all the time. It's having the faith and the knowledge to say, even though things aren't good right now, whether it's because of circumstances, whether it's because of apathy, where you're just like, well, God, whatever, you know, whatever it is, to know that those things are going to circle back around. History has a way of repeating itself. Things come back around. It's like fashion.
Hold
on to those skinny jeans, millennials. Don't throw them out.
But throw out those low-rise ones because we don't support them.
No, the low-rise are back in style.
If I could say anything for the two of us as a statement of the We Are More podcast, is that we are vehemently against low-rise jeans. We do not stand behind them. We never have and we never will.
We have. There was a time, Brianna.
It's because that's all that was the options. That's all there. Those were the only jeans available to us at the time of Kohl's.
Oh, Kohl's. I hate Kohl's.
And sometimes our butts would hang out.
Sometimes they would.
And so, ladies and germs, we encourage you not to purchase those low-rise jeans because your butts will hang out as well.
And that's quite a feat because neither of us has quite a butt.
No, crack kills. Stop it. Stop it with those low-rise jeans.
And that was your daily PSA from the We Are More podcast. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
On PBS Kids.
Do they still have PBS Kids?
I think so.
Do they? We used to watch a whole lot of PBS Kids, especially when we moved. I was like 12.
And we didn't have
cable anymore.
Yeah.
And then we did.
All right. So that was a good story.
Thank you. Anyway, so the last section that I want to talk about is John 15.
Who's John?
John is
I know too many Johns. You
Okay.
need to be specific.
the biblical John.
Which John?
The one that wrote the book of John. Brianna.
Did he really? Or was it Paul?
Paul wrote most of the New Testament, but I don't think he wrote John because that would be quite confusing.
He wrote Timothy.
He did. That's fair.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hmm.
So who wrote John? Okay, I'm done.
So this is John 15. And this is Jesus talking, and he's giving one of his parables. I don't really want to read the whole thing because, unlike the Psalms, these are long verses. They're extensive. They're paragraphs.
In
But
a good way.
this parable, if you aren't familiar with it, I would encourage you to go read it because all of Jesus' parables are really good.
I would
And-
just encourage you to read the Bible.
Yes, but if you need a specific section...
No,
Today.
read the whole thing today.
Oh, dear.
Read it.
Isn't there... On Gilmore Girls, we've been watching through Gilmore Girls, and
I have not been.
Lane's mom... Do you remember? She's highly religious and won't let her daughter date this particular guy. And he wants to prove to her that he's worthy of dating her daughter. So he stays up all night and reads the entire Bible cover to cover. And he tells her that he did that. And she goes, "Oh, that's very impressive. I've only done it myself a few times." I'm like, what? No, I realize that this is not real. But good heavens.
I don't think you could.
I don't care if you stayed up for a week. And I'm a fast reader.
The pages are so
They're so thin.
Oh, and not only are they so thin, there's like 4 columns.
So if you need 2 columns, you
On
weirdo.
each, like, there's 2 and 2.
That's 2 separate pages.
But it's like you're reading so many pages.
So if you need a specific page to go to, this is John 15. And this parable is about, if you're a churchy person, you might be familiar with it. If not, I'll explain it a little bit. Jesus is talking about the vine and the branches is the general story.
Pretty
so
sure
essentially,
there's a song there as well.
I'm absolutely certain that there is. So essentially, Jesus is saying that he is the vine, like the source that everything comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And we are the branches coming off of that. So when we accept him into our hearts, we are tied to him, connected to him, and kind of branching off on our own while still being rooted in his
Him.
word.
Yeah.
And who he is. It also talks about the fact that branches need to be pruned. So in order for...
Cut people out.
not cut them off.
Cut them off. Shun them.
Now, this is not the best of the metaphors for me because I am no gardener, okay? I kill things. I just do. There's no
My
hope.
thumbs are not green.
They are not.
Do not call me Alpha Bell.
So, this is not my... This is just... This doesn't resonate with me quite the same as it might with a gardener. But I'm told that for a lot of plants, in order for them to grow properly, in order for them to grow best, that you have to prune them.
It's like your hair.
Yeah.
People who want to grow their hair out really long, it's not just not cutting it ever again until your ends fry and you use your hair to wipe your butt. You have to trim it. And that will help keep it healthy and grow long.
That's a much better metaphor for me, thank you.
You're welcome.
And when you trim off hair in particular, you have split ends, you have damage at the bottom, and so you're cutting that off. Now you would imagine if your hair had nerve endings that would be painful, that
Yeah.
it would be hard to cut off the damaged parts of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Like a skin tag.
Ew. Now everyone turned us off. They all clicked away.
Continue. Read the verse.
So anyway, so that's what it's talking about, is that we should all be connected to Jesus, but we should all expect that hard things will come in order to make us grow healthier and better.
Mm-hmm.
And I would assume that as he's telling this story, people are kind of a little depressed, you know?
Yeah.
Because essentially he's saying, well, you've got me, but also life isn't going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Life is not always going to be easy for you.
Across the board, I think all of humanity. It's not just because you're a Christian. It's just human life is hard.
Well, think about this in comparison to other religions at the time. I'm thinking about the Greek gods. The concept was if you're favored by a god,
Mm-hmm.
then your life will be easy.
Mm-hmm.
If you give sacrifices and offerings and whatever to, I don't know, the god of the farm fields,
Mm-hmm.
then he'll bless your crops.
Or like the story of Job, after God was testing him, right? He was
The
testing him.
devil was
The devil
testing
was
him.
testing him.
Yeah.
So all of his, his kids died. He lost his legs. He blah, blah, blah. Everything in the world bad happened to him. His friends started asking him,
Mhm.
what did you do? What did you do? You
Mhm.
must have done something to make God angry at you.
Right. Well, because that was, and still is, really,
Mhm.
the concept. When things go horribly wrong for someone that has any faith in any God at all, it's like,
Mhm.
like David, why did you turn from me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you hate me?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you liked me.
I thought we were best friends.
And if the other religions surrounding you at the time of Jesus are saying, if this God likes you, he's going to do great things for you, or she's going to do great things for you, or
Mhm.
whatever. And Jesus is over here saying, so here's my religion that you can follow. And if you do, life is not going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can argue certainly that life is not easy regardless of whether you follow Jesus or not. But he's very specifically telling them the branches are going to get pruned. And in the end, it's good for you. In the end, it'll make you grow. But while it's happening, it's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard. And so the verse that talks about joy, I'm going to start in verse 10. It says, when you obey my commandments, you remain in my love, just as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you these things so that you may be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. And then he goes on, and you could definitely read that section. It's all about loving each other, which is something that we certainly need to be hearing about right now. But he says he tells us this to bring us joy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that shows that we have a fundamental lack of understanding of what joy is. Your life is going to be hard. And I tell you this so that you'll have joy. We just don't get it. We don't think, and in the section in Isaiah that I talked about a few verses prior, it's God talking, and he says, I don't think like you think.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing is so much bigger than what you're seeing, and we just don't get it.
Well, he sees ahead, behind, around. He's God. His understanding is different. And when we start to try to understand that, we'll never understand
Our
that.
brain explodes.
Yeah, our brain literally explodes. But I think what he's trying to say is, like, joy isn't happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Our little human brains think joy means things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
And sunshiny, happy place, and those songs from the 60s,
Mhm.
flowers and smiley faces and peace signs.
Yeah.
That's joy.
We weren't around in the 60s.
But his joy, maybe he's saying, hey, heaven's coming,
Mm-hmm.
and that is joyful.
I think, to me, what that's saying is joy comes from knowing the fact that once we accept Jesus into our hearts, we've always got him.
Mm-hmm. We've already won.
He will come after us over and over and over again. He won't leave us. You are part of him now. Jesus is the vine, you are the branch. There's nothing that can happen there to sever that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, at the end of the day, is the source of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Of that internal
Jesus
peace.
is joy.
Yeah, peace, thankfulness, joy, is to know that even when things get bad, even when you curse God, even when you say, God has forsaken me, that he still is holding on to you, that he's walking right next to you. And I always picture that. I always picture Jesus walking right next to me. I don't know why.
Pinkies.
That helps me picture him in my day-to-day life. But like sitting next to me in the car, or anything like that. It makes it a little bit more real to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it makes it a little less pressure filled to be joyful when you know that all joy has to mean is knowing, having faith that Jesus has you. You don't have to put on some show like, I'm a Christian and so look how peaceful and joyful and happy and thankful I am. I just think that takes a lot of pressure off. I am joyful because God loves me internally. I can be joyful internally because God loves me. But I can also question, and I can also say, God, why have you forsaken me? And it will all be okay.
Yeah.
And whatever this season looks like for you, whether that is a full of joy season and full of happiness season and full of peace and thankfulness and all the good things, or whether it's melancholy, or whether it's outright bad, your source is Jesus. Your source is God. And if it's not, then it might be time to look into that and to start asking really big questions and find out what you believe.
I always think life is really hard. How much harder would it be going through life not knowing Jesus? Personally, I don't think it would be worth going on, because there's hope there. There's hope that even when my whole world starts crumbling around me, I can close my eyes and Jesus is face to face with me and I can take one more step. But without that, I just feel like if you just think death is it, what's the point of living?
Yeah, I've always kind of struggled with that. And I saw someone recently, I know I've talked about this before, but I watched all the Mormon content on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the main girl that I watch is an atheist now. And I totally understand where she's coming from. She came from a high control religion. And she said that she finds it very calming to think that death is the end, because her life means so much more. Like, everything she does now means so much more because she doesn't have anything else. To me, and this is just to me, could be different for you, but to me, thinking that when I die, it's just over. There's no consciousness left. I'm just done. I'm out. You're
That's
right. What was
bizarre
the
to me.
point?
What was the point?
What
It's
was the point?
bizarre.
Because so few of us will be remembered in 100 years. That's a simple reality. You know, there are certainly people that will be remembered in the history books or whatever, but even your family eventually will forget your name. You know, I can give you the name of my grandparents, my great-grandparents, but my great-great-grandparents, I would have to look up. I don't know their names offhand.
I think maybe not really high control Christianity, but our Christianity, like yours and mine, really focuses on relationship. And I think that's the key difference, is that I believe that I have a relationship with Jesus and he cares about me and he cares about my iced coffee in the morning, you know, and that gives me motivation to say, hey, when I die, I want to hang out with him. But if you don't have that relationship, yeah, I can see how it would be like, no, thank you, goodbye.
Well, I think if you're the type of religious person that's just working towards the end, whether that's heaven, whether, you know, whatever, depending on your religion, but if all you're doing is working towards the afterlife, then what you're doing, your life now doesn't seem that important. You're just looking forward to the end, you know?
Yeah, I think that's me. Hallelujah.
But I think if you are the type of person that's building a relationship with Jesus, that's trying to
working my way
find-
back to him, babe.
Yeah. to find that bigger picture here, to make an impact on the people here, then what you're doing here matters. Because maybe you're leading someone to Jesus. Maybe you're sharing love, joy, peace, all of the Beatitudes. But also, the afterlife matters. Heaven matters, because you get to be there and you get to truly actually experience what it's like when all of those things, the peace, the thankfulness, the joy, they don't go away. They're just there and they're a part of you and they emanate from you.
Something that's hard to think about. Yes, I'm so excited for heaven, you know, get me out of here. But you're right. What God tells us to do is bring everybody to him, as many people as you can, because as much as he loves you, he loves the person that you despise. I think we posted a quote on our Instagram by, I think her name's Dorothy Day.
Okay.
But the quote was essentially, you can only love God as much as you love the person you hate the most, or something like that. Because think about that person.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that person in your life. We all have them. You don't like them. You don't like them one single solitary bit. But God loves them. Jesus died on the cross for them.
As much as he did for you.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw a quote one time, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I don't even remember exactly who said it. I know it was from an atheist, and he said, if Christians truly believe that heaven can only be achieved by believing in Jesus, then they are the worst people in the world, because they aren't shouting it from the rooftops. They aren't running to everyone they've ever met and saying, Jesus loves you, I don't want you to go to hell.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's a good way to go about talking to people about Jesus.
Someone buy me a megaphone.
But the point is, what we do here matters.
Mm-hmm.
What we do here matters because we were called to go out and make disciples of all nations.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do when we get to heaven will matter. It all matters. And I can't wait for that too, even though it doesn't mean dying. Unless Jesus comes back before we all die, which my aunt thinks is on the way.
I might think that too.
Oh, we're supposed to mention her. She got very mad at us over Thanksgiving.
Which aunt?
Aunt Jeannie.
Jean. Hello. Shout out.
Because we talked about Andy Griffith on the last episode, or maybe 2 episodes ago, and we did not mention that it is her favorite show in the whole world and that she watches it on repeat just absolutely all the time. So, Jean.
Welcome to the We Are More podcast. Thank you for listening and supporting unconditionally.
And we're so glad that you wanted to be included.
And that you love Andy Griffith more than you could ever say.
All right, so I think we're going to wrap up there.
Doesn't that bring you joy?
I feel like I was trying to build towards a conclusion, and then I thought about that, and I was like, if I don't mention that, she's going to yell at me again. And she already yelled at me once, so.
Listen.
Jean.
She didn't yell at me. Well, she may have, but I wasn't listening.
So the next few weeks, we're going to be doing a series on Mary, who birthed Jesus, that particular Mary.
Mary, did you know?
Look forward to Bree singing many parts of that song. Just many parts of it in a really alarming.
The blind will see.
She might have to listen to it again.
I like the Clay Aiken version.
He did a good job. But so we're going to be talking about her. We're going to talk about as much as we know of her life, but also kind of imagine what her life might have been like, what her story might have been like.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beginning of the year, we are going to re-record our stories.
You're welcome.
Because the quality was not like our best.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're
then you can
using a
listen to them again.
microphone called the Snowman, I think.
Oh, yeah. And weren't we passing it back and forth, too?
Yeah. Listen, we didn't know what we were doing.
We did not know
and
what we
quite
were
frankly, we don't know what we're doing now.
A little more. It doesn't take us 45 minutes to get set up when we want to record. So look forward to that. We will see you. No, why don't I? There's no hope.
Hi, Belgium.
If you haven't followed us on social media already, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We're super active over there. TikTok, we post things that our family might not approve of. Instagram is a little bit more approved.
So if we just pick your own adventure.
Yeah. Most of it's the same stuff, but sometimes when we feel a little wild, we go to TikTok. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So follow us on there. Invite people to listen if you think that they would enjoy our content.
I think Jesus would.
I think he's listening. I think he's always listening.
I assumed he was right here next to us recording with us. Jesus, do you want to say anything?
I for sure have to cut that out. We might get kicked out of heaven for that one. Goodbye.
Okay. See you next week. Love you. Bye.